time has come, fellow gamers. So watch the Mario film today. That should be quite interesting. Let's get the bus. There is the specimen. Look at his goofy ass feet. Look at his goofy ass feet. So this absolute specimen got a milkshake because he was got tickled throat because he's a little puss.
I'm not COVID infested. Okay?
We don't care.
After How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World is my second favourite movie by DreamWorks.
Name one Metallica song, I dare you.
Master of Puppets.
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
I thought it was alright in all fairness.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's alright. That was actually pretty decent, to be honest.
I don't know, the climax could have been a little better, but...
No spoilers, no spoilers. So yeah, I went and saw the Mario film today, which was very, very, very enjoyable actually. I actually quite liked it a good fair bit. Left me feeling oddly satisfied, which I don't usually get from films. The last film that I felt satisfied with was Avatar 2. Obviously I know that was very divisive. It's one of those films to me that really sort of divided people, and you know, it was announced that Illumination, you know, the people who made Despicable Me and Sing and all these sort of, they're not really good films. They're there for just you know, appeal to children, you know, which is fine for kids films and that, those kind of films in the industry, I suppose. But it was like a bit of a surprise when they announced, or Nintendo announced, that their Illumination were going to be involved, and people were nervous. But when we got the first trailer and it looked pretty, you know, promising, you know, referencing lots and lots of Mario related things, you know, throughout the series, you know, into one trailer. So it was getting Mario fans quite excited, and I pretty much felt the same way when I saw that trailer, and I went into this with high hopes, and I like it. I will say now that I will not be spoiling the story here. I will try to keep spoilers at a minimum. So the story is fairly simple. It's Mario and Luigi are, you know, two Italian Brooklyn plumbers who have put all their life savings into making this Mario Brothers advertisement, you know, to try and go create their own business, and they stumble upon suspicious green pipe in the sewers after trying to fix a huge leak in Brooklyn, and Mario ending up in the Mushroom Kingdom and Luigi ending up in the Darklands, as they're called, or you know, Bowser's Keep or Bowser's Domain. And it's up to Mario and Princess Peach and a slew of other characters to, you know, save the Mushroom Kingdom from his grasp. And it's a fairly standard story for Mario. You know, Mario isn't a very deep character, nor is the series. It was quite a nice, you know, simple time, not in a bad way. As somebody who's grown up with Mario, not massively, but he's been there, here and there, having Mario Brothers DS and pouring countless hours into Mario 64 DS. I did have the Super Mario Brothers Super Show on DVD. I thought it was fantastic at the time, but looking back, ooh, it's rough. Ooh, it's rough. And I even saw the movie from 1993 as a child as well, and I did quite like it. If it wasn't Mario related, then it probably would have been a very good film. But anyway, what I did like about the film was, especially this one, is that it follows the source material of the games to a T. You know, it's, you know, CGI and computer animations come a long way since the 90s. So no more trying to make Dennis Hopper look like, well, Bowser, but he looks more like a reptilian businessman in a suit, which was off-putting. It's bright, cartoony, and very well animated. Illumination did a staggering job, and I say staggering to the highest, to the highest degree, because it does resemble the world of the Mushroom Kingdom and other locations so well. So kudos to the animators for that. But like I said before, there's just so many references to the series from the 80s to the 90s to the current day. There's little bits here and there. With the Mario Brothers advert at the start, referencing the bad TV show from the 90s. That was also announced in trailers and little bits and bobs, like snippets here and there for promotion. Even having old school Mario from the Donkey Kong arcade game in there, just in the corner, played by Charles Martinet, which I thought was quite nice. But one of my favourite references in this whole movie was when Donkey Kong is introduced. He's got a little theme, and that is the DK rap from Donkey Kong 64, which I thought was brilliant. I thought was a really funny, and I'm surprised they actually referenced it, which I thought was nice. It's nice that they can poke fun at the times in Mario and Donkey Kong's career, so to speak. But it was also nice to hear references in the audio, or not so the audio, but more the score. There's most of the themes have been orchestralized, or they play a little part in just little side bits here and there, which I thought was nice. The voice acting is fairly decent, I can confirm. I think a vast majority of people, including myself, were worried on were worried on the cast that Nintendo had selected to play these characters, but I can safely report that they are actually alright. Jack Black is fantastic as Bowser, being highly expressive and chews up the fucking scenery. He really chews up the scenery. Every bit of screen time he gets, bam, he's Jack Black playing Bowser. I didn't really have much of a worry for that. I sort of imagine being sort of embellished and deep voiced, and it was brilliant. He clearly had a lot of fun playing that character. You can clearly tell in his performance. Chris Pratt and Always Sunny's Charlie Day gave a fairly good performance as Mario and Luigi. I can understand why they didn't use Charles Martinet's voice as Mario, or even Luigi for that matter, because he's too high pitched. I think what they were trying to go for was the original Mario being this Italian Brooklyn plumber, being that sort of gruff and ready, but even just Nintendo trying to give the film the Hollywood treatment, like an actual movie, and obviously they want to have some big names to this film, don't they, to make it sell well, and also just for the delivery itself. But come on, I mean, Charles Martinet is the voice of Mario, and he is used in little references here and there, so he's not just been gone completely unwasted, which is nice. Again, I did find the voice of Toad to be a little bit irritating, but I think that is just Illumination giving him irritating character syndrome, like they do for the majority of their films they release. But that's just me. I did find it irritating, but not that irritating. I do understand he's an overexcited character that loves to go on adventure and he wants to help the best he can in the situation, so I can get that. But for a film that involves characters that don't talk at all or just give lines here or there, they did a very, very good job, and they should be proud of themselves, because I imagine it was probably very difficult to put this together. It's not like Sonic, where Sonic constantly talks, I even like Seth Rogen in this as Donkey Kong, and I think Seth Rogen's a cunt. The story is a simple affair, which is to be expected, as it's, Mario, and Mario isn't a really complex character either, nor is the series. Most of the time it's save the princess, or save the Mushroom Kingdom, or defeat Bowser 99% of the time. But I actually liked what they did with the story. Mario isn't exactly the chosen one in this film. Him and Luigi sort of accidentally stumble into this world and become, a part of it over time. Because, Luigi's in Bowser's grasp, and that's that sort of, there's a reason to go after him, which is, you know, a good way to introduce these characters. It definitely gives Mario some form of character development, which I can respect. The only real like sort of gripe from my notes here I put was Bowser's weird obsession to marry the princess. I don't get that. I don't get it in Odyssey either, the game on the Switch. It's just a bit of a weird one. Maybe it's a cultural thing. I don't know. Maybe, but it's just, I don't know. It was, you know, one minute he wants to destroy all these kingdoms to become the ruler of them, and then wants to then marry her so they can do it together. I don't know. That was one of the biggest gripes. And also, there's no real sense of danger. You know, there's hints of danger here and there, but there's no real danger. You can kind of expect what's going to happen before it even happens. And I understand that because, you know, it's a Mario themed film, and like I said before, Mario's quite a simple concept and it's nothing really to get your head around, but you know, a little bit of guessing would have been nice, you know, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, it was a very, very good time in this film. I really enjoyed it. Left me feeling satisfied, like I said before, but I don't know, like I had this sort of constant smile on my face because they knew what they were doing with this, and it could have been a disastrous product at the end of the day, but no, it was actually very well thought out. The animation's fantastic. The world is gorgeous to look at. There's so many references to the Mario series throughout. I don't really have much to complain with, in all honesty, really. It does things I didn't expect it would do. I knew it was going to be a good film from the trailers and what was shown to us, but it gives so much more, like, for such a simple concept, it gives so much more depth to certain characters and how they interact with the world around them, and how Donkey Kong is part of this whole sort of tribe of Kongs, and they have their own ecosystem, and you know, it's all different little bits here and there, and it's a very nice way of doing it, and I really like the idea. I liked this film so much I even bought a Baby Mario figure afterwards, so you know, it did something right, I suppose. Would I recommend this to somebody who doesn't like Mario? Well, of course I would, but if you don't like Mario, you're probably not going to watch this in the first place, so... So that's where I'll leave it for now, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.